All right, let's go. Okay, so this will be a quick short stream 'cause I got some things I gotta do, and then I'll come back. So, the last stream we ended with setting up the actual mesh, setting up some proxies for it, um, for all the different pieces, and I think we ended with just getting it out there, right? So everything should be working right now. So let's go ahead and go into Unreal Engine. All right. And try to figure out why it's being sticky. Come on. Okay, so it might just be the stream. I don't know. Let's close it, I guess, and reopen. All right, and so the thing that I'm going to focus on right now is setting up the physics. And so I'm going to set up the physics themselves, and then I'm going to add the bodies after it. And the bodies, I mean like the collision bodies. Now I use some vector paint, and I don't normally use vector paint. I usually just paint everything um, within UE. But because I may want to make this something that is shared, um, I decided to go with this route. And at the moment, right now, this is a MSL only setup. All right, so I already made a folder for it, but I haven't added anything into it yet. Let's go ahead and do that. Where did I save it? Demo. Monkey. Okay, so I also like to have all of my materials built already. So I'm gonna just start with that aspect of it. I don't need to rebuild these skin materials for the body because I already have them. I've got them from Uman's project. Just use them in my project. But I do need these. So I want to grab this and make the material instances. So we'll just use a material instance, name it, and I'm going to use Uman's environmental cloth. People use the ENV base, and I made that one as well. But I don't use it because this one is just all around better to use in my opinion. It has the the mask on it really is really all I want. I just don't want to have to switch between them. So for this one, I just set this up like this. Now everything is visible and everything works. And then you'll click these four tabs and hit save. All right. I'm going to rename this one to just bottom. And I'm going to organize my folders a little bit real quick. So I've just been using 1, 2, 3, and 4 as my folder names. I just put all of my textures into one. And then I put my materials into two. You can name them however you want to. My other ones, I just named them uh, whatever. But that's just how I've been organizing lately. So we'll go to one, and I want to get the bottoms in here. Now, I will update like these base color maps in the future because right now they don't have the alpha set to them. So I will need to do that in the future, but for now I'm just gonna go with that. All right. Yeah, the alpha is not showing there. So for like the lace for the underwears and stuff, it's not showing up. That's fine. We'll take care of that later. All right. Now, because I already have that set up, I'm just going to duplicate this and grab the other names, which I think is just shoe. Um, all these. So shoe and top are the other main ones. Oops. All right. Very nice. And now the rest of these are just derivatives of these ones. So I've got shoe top physics. So, oh wait, what do I call it? Or just top physics. So I can just duplicate it and boop. Uh, scarf physics, I think, is also based on the top. Boop. And ribbon physics are based on the bottom. All right, cool. All right, so I'll make a new folder. So where I put my meshes, which is just one. Okay, so for my setup here, you want if you're doing a skeletal mesh, it should have skeletal up here. If it doesn't have there, then something happened with your parenting when you exported it and it's not working right. You should have the MSL and the PRPs set up in your project. Um, make sure you give them the right skeleton. One of the things that, let's see what else is there. That's all default. Import normals and tangents. And all of that should be the same. Oh, this is a new setup, so I have to fix all this stuff. So this is great. I turn off the create physics asset. I don't need to create a physics asset. Let's see. Material section here. I set it to do not create new materials. In search location, I say all assets. It's pretty much going to look through my project, and if it has a material instance that or material that matches what is listed on the material slot for the incoming thing, then it will go ahead and make it for it. All right, and that should be all I need to do. So we'll go ahead and import it. If you had a bunch of MSLs, then I would use the import all because it would just take those settings and just apply it. All right. Okay, so I must have included textures in my import settings. But that's fine. So, but you can see it, for me, it just makes it a little bit easier because it just loads everything onto the character. Also, I think I have the wrong material. My bottom stuff. Also, what you can do is this, right? So say these are all based on the bottom. I can grab this bottom one. So this way I only have to change one. So here's what I'm gonna go into here and just, oops, set this to this. Wait, what? Which one did I open up? Okay. This needs to go. Wait, what I do? Can I use Control Z? There we go. Not this. I don't want this one open. I want this one open. And now I want to switch that. And same thing for the ribbon. Switch. There we go. The scarf will be from the top, and the top will be from the top. Nice. Okay. Then what I can now what I can do here is I can turn these off, and you can see nothing changes. Right? Keep that the same. The scarf one, because what's happening is the material instance is inheriting from its parent, so its parent already has these set up. So this, if you have a bunch, say you have a bunch that all feed off of the same material, then you can do that as well. So now if I go into this one, what I want to do is I want the metal parts to show up, and I'm using the old metal texture. So I want to use the upgraded metal texture, which should, or is it this one? Why is it not? It's not working very well. Oh, yeah, it's working. All right, never mind. But nonetheless, if I wanted to make a change, I could, and it would affect all of them. So, let's see. I guess for example, I could do something like, no, I'm not gonna do it right now. But either way, okay. So here we go. We've got our body up in here. Let's go ahead and set up the stuff. Okay, so something's not right here. So I only have one cow mesh, and I don't have any physics pieces. So I may need to do an update. Okay, so what I'm doing is just flipping these around. They work better when they're faced in the correct direction. Okay, so this is good. All right, so what we want to do is we want to set up. So let's start with the skirt. It's probably the easiest one to work with. So we'll just click on it, right click, create cloth. Let's call this one skirts. I'm not gonna set up any physics to it just yet. Just create. Nice. Now I can grab the skirt itself, apply cloth data to it. All right, nothing really big changes. Let's go ahead and make the skirt, which is this bottom part. We're gonna use the cowl mesh. All right, makes it invisible. There we go. So let's go ahead and save all that good stuff. Saving very often is key. Now you also notice that if you look underneath here, right, you can see that the skirt is only one-sided. So we'll add another piece after we set up the main physics. Now these physics are going to be pretty standard, so we'll go to clothing. Oh wait, all right, so sometimes it doesn't create the cloth, so let's do it again. There we go. Now we're going to go ahead and activate cloth, and there we go. Wow, that's a huge, I don't know why that's that big. So we'll do 10. Or what we can actually do is this. So I can go in and say copy from vertex, and I can figure out what scale I want to give it. So let's just give it like 5, I guess. say copy, and you'll see that, there we go. I'm gonna switch this to smooth, and I'll set this brush to like 3, and I'm just gonna smooth the edges just a little bit, like so. Because ultimately, I don't need a lot of movement. This is not a flowing skirt. This is just a tight skirt, and I just want it to be able to move well in between the body. So you can see it kind of like drips a little bit, which is kind of what I want. But let's go ahead and make some changes to the actual cloth. So I'm going to use a maximum density for this one. We're going to make it relatively stiff if I can. I'm going to go down to here. So for the cloth config, I usually keep it about 6 to 4. Just helps to increase the iterations. Let's see. Animation stiffness, I'm going to make it about 0.1. I don't really need it to move around a lot. I want it to kind of stick with, now let's say a 0.2. Let's say 0.4, what does that do? No, 0.6. Now we'll do 0.4. All right. I want to go into painting and I want to smooth it out even more. Let's see. And see how it's just kind of stretching? That's really all I wanted to do. Right? I don't really need it to do much more than that. But I don't like that split, right? So I want to kind of fix that if I can. And that might be due to this. So let's put this down to 2. Hmm. Let's just take it down to 0, see what that does. All right, that's not bad, but I don't necessarily like this part. So this is at about 3. And I might just need to do some weighting externally. But for now, I think that kind of does what I needed to do. All right, so I'm gonna leave that alone and just see what it looks like in game and then go from there. I'll set this to 0.0001 so it doesn't blow all crazy in the wind. I don't need to mess with anything else there. All of that stuff looks good. Okay, for this cloth here, um, I can just make this cloth. So we'll create cloth. We'll call this one ribbon, I guess. Create. And then I'm going to assign the cloth directly to that piece. All right. So now I can go to activate cloth, go to ribbon, and I can kind of like paint on the ribbon a bit. So let's paint the ribbon. Cloth paint. Let's go to brush. We use paint value something like 20. I don't think it needs to go too high. I don't really want them to be too mobile, and I'm just really just painting the bottom a bit. I'm gonna smooth it, and I'm gonna use 0.5 for that. And I'm gonna leave the top knot section um, pink because I want it to be attached. So like that. Here we go. So we got our cloth moving. Very nice. Now we don't have any collisions, so it's not bouncing against anything. But that is fine for now. Let's go and do a similar thing here, except for this one. We're gonna go ahead and create more cloth glue. We'll call this one scarf. Oh, I don't think I saved. Oh, we did good. Let's go ahead and save. Okay. All right. So now we'll do this last one, which is this. All right, so everything is assigned right now. I'm gonna take a break to go take care of some things I have to do, and then I'll come back and I'll play a little bit with these and then add the collisions. All right, hello. No, I can't hear you. I don't know why. Let me check my settings. Let's see. All right, hello. Why doesn't it work? Are you able to hear me?